The next question, of course, what could the impact be on our cash flow? And I think that, to me, leaves a lot of discussion points in itself. I mean, no cash, no production, no cash, no future sales, no cash, you can't pay your own staff, no cash, you can't continue trading. What should we do about that? Should we grant extensions to the debtor? Should we grant extension terms? And how is that going to affect various different other things in the business? And I mean, you are, as a credit insurance broker, understand what this would be. How would the insurance companies look at this kind of thing when the extended terms are requested from a normal debtor or extended payment? How is that going to be viewed? Let's have your input on that, Peter.
Now, I think first of all, I think most businesses would like to provide support those businesses that have been affected. And I think these times you kind of, you want to be there for each other, support
Yes.
each other, and I think, and also providing that support in some sort of way, will in the long term will you buy your loyalty from your client if you help them through very difficult situation. No one will ever forget that if you were able to support in some sort of way, and that can be done through payment extensions or other ways. But I think there, if you do this, I think you don't want to give a blanket approach to all your clients, and who do you want to support and why do you want to support, and really question that, because I think a client that was already a poor payer or not a key client to your business, not a strategic client, are you giving them the same support as your top clients that are strategically extremely important to your business and that have been paying you very well, consistently and in time, and you've got a very good business relationship with them? So I think also to distinguish, in your client portfolio, okay, you've got your tier 1, your tier 2, and your tier 3 clients. How are you going to approach them? Who are you going to help? How are you going to help? And that's also if you have credit insurance in place, if you want to give extensions to your client, do it together with your credit insurer, because it might affect your cover that you have under the policy. And some insurers, they give you kind of a blanket approach where you can give an extension during this time, while other insurers say we do it on a case-by-case basis. But generally the insurers understand what's going on, and they're more than willing to support the policyholders in granting those extension to the buyers and continue trade under the cover. But I think the message is really as well, be careful, ask the right questions to your client. Again, you're going back, insurers will probably also be more lenient in granting cover on buyers that indeed have the proper insurance in place, that can expect an indemnification coming, than companies that don't have those plans in place. And I think I think credit managers should pay additional attention there. Like if you had a poor payer before these events, what is it going to do to them? Are you really going to support them? And what we already see is a lot of companies are using the events of last week also just to delay payments at the moment, and then we see that coming through, as well as fraud claims as well. So I think there it is something, distinguish in your client portfolio who you want to support, how do you want to support, but also enter an agreement, not in an open-ended agreement, That would be my advice. That if you give extended payment terms or you make special arrangement, that you also put like an end date to it. So ask questions, okay, when do you think you will be back on normal trading levels? Or when do you think you will be, back to a situation where we can resume our old way of doing business together? And so that would be my advice, to make clear agreements and arrangements with your clients on how to move forward. So yes, you are willing to give support, but you also don't want to do it with closed eyes, or you want to do it with your eyes open and know exactly what you're up to and what the agreement is.
One thing that is becoming very clear in the short discussion that we've had so far, Peter, is open communication lines. Be close to your client or your debtor. Understand how they operate and how they think. And of course, the most important thing of all is whatever you agree with anybody, put it in writing.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't, tomorrow it's going to bite you. So whatever it is that you agree with the client, say, okay, as per we've agreed, this is what we've agreed, this is the period of time that we agreed upon it, and at that stage, your terms is going to revert back to this term, this is what we're going to expect, this is the kind of payment we're going to expect, and everything is very clear and very precise and in writing. And of course, if you're credit insured, you also have to have your credit insurer agree to those terms and conditions and to specific debt and things like that. All right, sure. I think we've shared so much information in the short little while already. I feel a little bit overwhelmed already with it, and I think a lot of people are thinking very clearly about what they're going to do next.